Hey everyone, I'm Ashlen with MMO Play, and I'm here to bring you all the latest updates on MMO news. Today we'll be covering Pockie Saints Open Beta, Ragnarok Online Prequel, and Dragon Nest's Resurrection Update. But of course we can't forget about Dragon Prophet's 1.1 patch, Neverwinter's Fury of the Feywild expansion, and Dota 2 is out of beta. Pockie Saints by InGames launched earlier this week with prizes and rewards. Pockie Saints is a browser-based MMORPG where the zodiac signs come to life. There are 3 classes to choose from: Warrior, Assassin, and Mage. Each class has their own unique skill trees, which unlock new and higher level abilities as players level. Open Beta launched July 8th and is only slated to last for 1 short week. The game has already had quite a few events and rewards, but there's still hope for those of you who haven't played yet. On July 13th, players will have access to the Monster Siege, where outdoor bosses will spawn, wreaking havoc throughout the celestial world, with spawns refreshing every 3 hours. Participants of the Open Beta will earn star rewards and general rewards by logging on during certain times during the day or achieving certain goals such as leveling up or taking part in the epic battles during Open Beta. Players can register for the Open Beta on their site, saints.game321.com. For those of you who are left disappointed with the release of Ragnarok Online 2, fear not, because developers are working to redeem themselves with the release of Ragnarok Online Prequel, which is supposed to bring back the nostalgia of the original game. Ragnarok Online Prequel will be a browser-based game with all the 2D looks and feels that we've come to know and love from the original Ragnarok Online. While a majority of the features will be carried over, Prequel will have some new features like the dungeon system, which is said to function like Dragon's Nest or Dungeon Fighter. If you haven't guessed by the trailer, the game is currently being developed by the Chinese studio Dream 2, who just wrapped up their first round of testing last month. Unfortunately, there's been no confirmation yet of whether or not Ragnarok Online Prequel will be released on the western side of the gaming world or even out of China, but our chances look pretty good given the pattern of release for the other Ragnarok games, which are both available in many countries. So let's keep our fingers crossed and the subscribe on, because we will be updating you as we receive more information. Dragon's Nest opens up its next chapter, Resurrection, with a new level cap and content. That's right, the level cap has been raised to 60, and with it comes lots of new skills. 48 skills to be exact, for characters level 55 and 60. These skills can boost experience and gold, as well as damage and HP for all characters on the account. And what comes with the level cap? More gear, of course. We can't be seen running around trying to kill in-game bosses in outdated attire. That is if we even make it that far. Players can now collect 4 new in-game armor sets and weapons that provide bonus attack and defense. Lotus Marsh has been resurrected with 5 new dungeons to explore and defeat. And if those 5 aren't very challenging, you're welcome to try the 2 new raid nests, the Typhoon Crag and Professor K's Nest. Typhoon Crag deals out massive amounts of damage using his Savage Slash and Spitting Typhoon attacks, while Professor K keeps his distance with Toxic Poison, but if you make him angry, he won't hesitate to transform into a massive electric Hulk when pushed to the brink of defeat. If you can take down either of these bad boys, both nests promise to reward players with ingredient drops needed for making those shiny new level 60 armor sets I mentioned earlier. For more information about the patch, check out the video posted on our site at mmo-play.com. Dragon's Prophet also has some new content in store for us with its Winter 1.1 patch going live next week. The patch goes live July 17th, allowing players to trudge through the icy wastelands of Wintertide and take on 3 new dungeons, each equipped with its very own incredibly deadly final boss. There will also be an increased level cap to 70, new public quests and zone achievements, and a guild bank storage. Players will also see an adjustment to housing prices. And for those of you who prefer sunburn to frostbite, the island housing feature will now be available. The patch goes live right after the Ancient Shadow Festival ends, which is being held in honor of Warthrone, who sacrificed himself during the Second Dragon War. During the festival, players can earn honor and a unique title by solving a series of riddles. For more patch information or to register for the game, check out their site at dragonsprofitthegame.com. And speaking of winter, Neverwinter, a free-to-play MMORPG by Perfect World, is gearing up for its newest release, Fury of the Feywild, which is headed our way sometime later this summer. This expansion includes the awesome new campaign system, which is a MetaQuest feature that will allow players to unlock 3 distinct regions of Sharandar as they progress in Neverwinter. Players can start the campaign by talking to Sergeant Knox, which will then open up a new campaign window, which will show projects to complete in order to unlock the new regions and additional character passive powers. Players will need to complete tasks on the project list in order to obtain rewards required for the campaign, as well as complete solo instances and the 5-man Mullabog Castle. The campaign system isn't the only feature of the expansion though. The expansion includes 2 new professions, weaponsmithing and artificing, as well as new gear inspired by the unique beauty of the Feywild. And if you're bored with the current races, look out for the graceful moon and sun elves that will be available in the expansion. Both come with their own unique racial powers and stat bonus selection. For more information about the expansion, check out their site at nw.perfectworld.com/Fury of the Feywild. I haven't seen any pigs flying around here yet, and the sky isn't falling, but apparently Dota 2 has officially ended its beta. Dota 2, or Defense of the Ancients 2, is the sequel MOBA to the original Dota. During the 2 long years of beta testing, Dota 2 has already grown into one of the largest active communities on Steam ever, with a monthly user base of over 3 million users, and a peak concurrent user of over 300,000, and that's just during the beta. Can you imagine what the launch will be like? Developers are well aware of how crazy this launch could get, and to avoid overloading their server infrastructure, they have decided to take a different approach to launching the game. So instead of everyone flooding the servers at once, new players will be placed in a queue and will receive an email notification letting them know when they are in. Developers said, "We want the existing audience to have uninterrupted access during the launch, in addition to bringing new players into Dota 2 in a way that isn't frustrating. Simply put, we want to smooth out the traditional launch spike, but at the same time, allow anyone to come in and try out Dota 2. So hurry now and get in queue for your chance to play. And while you're waiting, it might not hurt to check out Steam's 50% off summer sale for the early access pack that ends July 22nd. The pack includes the Mighty Boar Courier, complete gear sets for Juggernaut and Spin, and a Witch Doctor staff and mask. Alright guys, that's it for this week's MMO update. Thanks for watching. If you haven't, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe for all the latest information. Again, I'm Ashlen, and I will see you next week. But until then, keep on gaming.